Go on YouTube. Back again. So this is the load that shortly after I dropped those coils this morning, the video I sent up this morning, got sent to Indianapolis and picked up rolled roofing. That's where all this stuff is here. It's going to Houston, Texas. Pretty easy load. Wasn't too hard to secure. Pretty basic. All that wood up there, you know, is what we call V-boards. They provided those. They're not that great. They're real thin wood. I'll probably end up ditching them when I get to Houston. I don't really like carrying all that wood around on the truck anyways. But on this load, it's pretty secure, pretty basic. With this kind of stuff, the straps, as you see them right there, is what we call X straps. This stuff is real. It's just basically just rolls standing up, wrapped in plastic. So any hard braking or anything, they could easily shift. So you put X straps in front and back. So you got cross straps. Well, I call them X straps. Some people call them cross straps. What do you want to call them? But basically, you just hook up to here on the bottom here, and you just go up at an angle, and loop back to the other side. And basically, that one's on the other side the same way it came down right here, and then you tighten it down. It basically to keep it from moving forward and backwards movement. And you just, I did double straps in the front and double straps in the back, singles in the middle. Everything's pretty tight, hasn't really moved much. Been riding pretty good. The only thing I don't like about the load is they put these buckets here. Let me back up some, get you a better view. They put these buckets, and not a big fan of the buckets because it's just, buckets are one of those things where just because they're rounded and they got the gap in the middle, sometimes they're not the greatest to secure. They gave me those that's cardboard up the top, and it didn't do too good, so I put two of my own edge protectors on. The other side I was gonna put my own edge protectors, but there's boxes on the other side and it just wouldn't work out, so I just used our little cardboard V-board. It's holding pretty good, it ain't moved much. But pretty easy, I mean, it wasn't hard. Surprisingly got loaded really quick. I'd never been to this place before. We pick up all there all the time. Here's my cross straps in the front. Pick up there all the time, but I just never picked up from there before. And everybody told me it can be kind of slow because it's kind of a small place, and it gets packed. But when I got there, there was only 2 trucks. So I got loaded pretty quick. It took me longer to get everything secured the way I wanted it, longer than it did to take them to load it. So that's pretty good. And really not in a hurry. Got plenty of time on this load. I'm actually going to go about 2 hours out of route, go visit my mom. She lives south of Houston, or actually southwest of Houston, right next to Austin. And I'm getting good fuel mileage out of this load. Surprising as heavy it is. I think it weighs about 46,000, but it's actually getting decent fuel mileage. Does pretty good. These are those boxes I was talking about. You can see all this is right here. All this is boxes, and it just, I mean, the straps are tight, but it's just, it is what it is. You know, it ain't going nowhere. But everything else is just rolled roofing. But pretty good load. I like it. Pays really well. And Houston's a really good area for reloads, especially if you want to do an overnight run, which is what I want to do on Monday. That's a really good place. I'm thinking that when I get to Houston, we'll maybe do an NBCI load. We could do all those, do overnight, maybe go up to Oklahoma with it or something. Usually the last times I've been through it, I always went up to Oklahoma. But day's been going pretty good. We stopped here in Illinois. Take my dog, we have 2 Chihuahuas on the truck. Stopped and give them a bathroom break, and took our own bathroom break ourselves. And I figured I'd do a quick YouTube video before I started driving again. I'm gonna be driving until it gets dark, so I knew I couldn't do it when I stopped tonight. It'd be too dark. But that's the load. I mean, pretty straightforward. One thing that I always stress, and something I've always done, is when I'm strapping a load, like let's say I start back here, the back strap, that one is pulling towards us, and the one in front of it pulls that way. and then this one pours this way, so I'm crisscrossing it, and it kind of locks the load in, kind of keeps it stabilized. I've seen a lot of guys, they make the mistake of putting all their straps, they pull to one side, and that's how load can shift, loads can move, everything. So I always cross straps back and forth because of that reason, because I just don't want to load a shift. I've been on Monday will be 2 years with Prime, and that will be 2 years safety free, and it'll be a 2 years on-time delivery. Never been late to any of my deliveries, so it's something I work hard to keep that up and keep my safety record up, excuse me, keep my everything just up to date and everything good. So if I ever do decide, excuse me again, if I ever do decide to leave Prime, I've got a good service record, you know, and that's really important. So I work hard to do that. And but yeah, that's about it right there. I mean, like I said, there's not much else I can really explain to it about it. I mean, it's just pretty straightforward. There's really nothing else to say, I guess, about the load. It's the place I went to is called Firestone. It's in Indianapolis, Indiana. Really good place, pretty cool people. They loaded really quick. The biggest thing, if anybody at Prime who has ever been there, who might be watching these videos, or any other flatbedders who watch these videos, I think the biggest problem with that place is not with the loading. It's one of those places that's really tight, and when you pull in, you have to kind of basically, it's really hard to set for a 45-degree angle, so you kind of have to swing it around, and you got trucks backed up, and it's kind of a tight place. But thankfully I didn't have very many trucks to deal with when I went in, but I could see, you know, I was imagining if there was a lot of trucks there, and I could just see the hassle would be, but it wasn't too bad. But that's about all I gotta say about this load. But I'll definitely try and keep more videos coming up with this, with my loads, and give you some more insight on how I secured it, how I did things, what the load weighs, where it's going, things of that nature. As always, I ask if you'd like to subscribe, if you have any advice or any comments you'd like to leave out, to put out, to let me know things that you want me to talk about, or things I need to do better on, let me know. And just let me know. And y'all be safe, keep the wheels on the ground. We'll see you on the flip side. Y'all be good. Later.